And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. I'm here with producer pro Reese, and we've been talking about interesting inner workings of the business and how it kind of works behind the scenes, which I think is super interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you also have your own music that you were going to talk about too.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell everybody about that too?
So if you look me up, Spotify, Google, whatever, it's under the name of Pro Reese, and I just did a record called Fresh Off a Breakup, and I put it out in May, and I put it out in May, and it's pretty good. It's a good listen.
Nice. Is it a single, or do you have like an EP, or?
It's an EP. It's 8 songs. It's pretty much all about. It's called Fresh Off a Breakup, but it's not what you would think, because most people, they talk about a relationship as the greatest love or the worst love they've ever had, but they don't talk about just being not compatible with a person, things just not working out, communication just not being good. And that's pretty much what it is. It wasn't like putting the blame on anybody or anything. And that's kind of where my niche was when I was writing it. It wasn't the greatest love song or the worst person ever, or you know what I mean, anything like that. So that's kind of how I write, like, the real life stuff, you know what I mean?
That's cool.
So I just put that out, and I produced everything 100% myself. I recorded it, I mixed it, I mastered it, which is a lot.
That is a lot. I mean, that's a whole. There's people that just do mixing and mastering.
Definitely.
There's people that just, it's so many different pieces to the puzzle of coming out with a song.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but for me, when I first started producing, I thought that you needed a producer was supposed to know how to do everything. You know what I mean? Because how are you going to understand the inner workings of a song if you don't know how everything works? So if you have somebody to hire to do something, how can you know if they're doing it right? So of course, I'm poor and I don't have any money. So over the years,
But you should be getting more money.
I mean, of course, now I get more money.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, for a really good mix, one of the top mixers, it's like $5 or $6 grand a song. I mean, even the stuff that I produce and everything, I'm not paying $5 or $6 grand a song. I can't afford it. It's too much money. So, I mean, over the years, over 17 years, I've been producing, mixing, mastering. So
17 years?
17 years.
What? Did you start when you were like 3?
No, I started when I was like...
How old are you? You look like your baby.
Man, I'm 30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so
I didn't know.
I started when I was like 12 or something like that. And my whole thing was just like, I want my records to sound... 12. Like they sound on the radio. So, bunch of reading, being in different studios. I'm a super nerd. I know about frequencies and all that stuff. So, like, I'm super, super a geek when it comes to that. But I wanted my stuff to sound like the stuff's on the radio. So, at that time, I didn't have money to pay for any of that. So I learned it all. And then when I got enough money, when I started producing for other people and everything, I bought the proper equipment to get the result I wanted. So now I can make a professional song anywhere.
That's amazing.
Even in the red booth.
Nice. Okay, that's what we'll have to do.
Yeah, let's do it. We can make her a pop star. Look, she already has the look. Come on, Kim, let's do it.
Hey, I got the songs.
Let's do it.
I got the songs. I actually have music coming out.
Yeah?
I do.
I definitely got to hear it.
I will. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It's not out yet, but it's being produced right now.
I
have a platinum award-winning producer working on my EP.
I gotta hear this.
And
she's not letting me get a piece of that. See?
I didn't know. If I knew. No, just kidding.
We'll just make something totally new then.
That's right. It's okay.
Make something totally new. But yeah, so I mean, I did everything myself. I put it out myself. I learned the business. And there's really 3 things, like, because before you need a publishing deal, because they would know where your revenue streams came from and they would collect your revenue streams. Everything is digital and everything is accounted for, so you don't necessarily need a pub deal anymore. Right. Unless you want either money or you want connections. You know what I mean? So in that case, you might. But to collect your money, you don't need them. You just need to know where it comes from. And really, all you need to sign up for is a PRO, which is like ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, and then you need to sign up with Sound Exchange.
Now, which one do you recommend? Because like a lot of people go back and forth. You just try and sign up for all of them.
Well, you can only have one writer and one publisher. Well, you could have you can only have one writer with one of the PROs, which is ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI. And then
ASCAP's more for the producers, right?
No, they're all. It's whatever you just got to look at the company and what benefits you, pretty much.
Right.
And
we just ran out of time again.
Yep.
We gotta take another break. Okay, we'll be right back with producer Pro Reese. Thanks for watching my interview so far with producer Pro Reese, and you can continue to watch the rest of our interview by clicking here.